Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, and thank you for watching. And if you like this kind of content, then, well, you know what to do. There's an apocryphal story about how the wrong side of a track was played on Australian TV. And because of that, the band were picked up and the rest becomes history. This is that original incorrectly played side of the track that was played.
Darling, 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 I can't wait to see you. Your picture ain't enough. I can't wait to touch you in the flesh. Darling, 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 I can't wait to hear you.
So, whether this story is the complete truth, something obviously happened, and what was called the B-side of the single In the Flesh was played instead of the much more punkier version that they wanted. This, of course, is Blondie. And they are an iconic band. And Debbie Harry, as the lead singer, is absolutely iconic. I want to play this performance from the BBC in, I think, 1978. Picture this. Picture this. Debbie Harry wrote the lyrics to this song, and some others comprised the music, and they collaborated, as bands do, and put this together. It's a great track. And it's from the album that really broke them internationally as a band. And that album was Parallel Lines. They are said to be a kind of New York band, and they were sort of late punk, post-punk, kind of bridged the gap somehow. And they were incredibly famous. And they were just brilliant. The songs were brilliant. The construction, even on this fairly early stuff, the drops they use, her voice, just the whole thing seems to come together. Just a brilliant band. And I think this is a great track.
Yeah.
just great. I love how the kind of build and her voice gets raspy as she kind of shouts the lines. The lyrics, as I said, were written by Debbie Harry, and again, another apocryphal story that at the time she was having a relationship with the guitarist Chris Stein, and that the lyrics were about him and her watching him. Debbie Harry, although I guess she now positions herself as a kind of New Yorker, she was actually born in Miami and was adopted by a couple in New Jersey. So her kind of background, I mean, she did try to track down her biological mother, but that never really quite worked out. But this band, Blondie, they are kind of icons of that late 70s, early 80s period. And they had lots of albums, lots of really big hits. They broke up, they got back together again, but they just did everything, and they still sound fresh. This is from 1978. That's 46 years ago, nearly 50 years ago. It's unbelievable. And I can remember at the time, even though they weren't kind of punky and they weren't quite new wave, post-punk or electronic, everybody just loved Blondie. The songs the band produced, there's something about them. And even in this one, picture this. The way they kind of change up the rhythm in parts. Very, very smart. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching.